Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with what you're not supposed to see in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero DLC 2 Edition. Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back at again with another camera mod showcase of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. We're going to be analyzing at least all the major characters, mainly Goku and Vegeta here, with their transformations, animations, and attacks. We're going to see what models actually potentially will break, and just see things that you're not really supposed to see whenever the camera is fixated on a certain direction whenever they're doing, for example, a transformation or an animation. That's if you guys don't know what this series is. I've done several of them in the past, so this was highly requested by y'all. So let's actually check this out. I'm curious to see how these transformations will take place in terms of Goku and Vegeta mainly. Majin Ku, there is one thing that I do want to see with him. Unfortunately, Glorio and I believe Pansy, they don't really have anything as far as I know. From what I'm seeing in the animations, the models don't really break too much. And in general, you could see that, I'm not saying that there's not a lot of effort, but when they break the models, like with Dragon Ball FighterZ and in Sparking Zero, that just goes to show that they're going the extra mile to make these animations and, you know, just the overall appearance look really, really good and more on point to what it's like in the anime, because these are 3D models and everything. So, the first thing that I do want to show is Goku's new aura impact. I'm just curious to see what will actually happen when he uses this, okay? So I'm going to zoom out here. I don't think there's going to be anything too crazy, but you can see a play-by-play, a more zoomed-out version of this. So when he does actually use it, you can see his face right there. It looks fucking hilarious, dude. Look at it. He's just smiling. So he uses the transformation, and it's just a quick flash. It doesn't, you know, do anything more. And that's what his face looks like. It just smiles there, dude. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I wasn't really expecting too much with it, but that was the main thing that I wanted to see with at least base form Goku. So let's see the transformation, because this transformation is something that they absolutely cooked with, and I wanted to see what is actually like going on, because it does zoom into his eye whenever it transforms into like the green eye or whatever. And this actually is cool. Okay, so I'm noticing the way that they had to pose him is actually a little bit weird here. Understandable because of the way he's posed whenever the camera is shown, but just look at his arm. His arm is more like in. They're not breaking anything here. They're just positioning his arm more in instead of out, like his, I guess, left or right arm. Depending on which way you're looking at this, it would be his right arm. But yeah, that's pretty cool. So it transforms here. Okay, so it keeps going. It just freezes here. The only thing that's moving is mainly like just hair and like the physics, right? Okay, so it has a hard cut, I guess, for his eyes, and this transition is where the rocks start flying up. Okay, so here are the rocks. They just appear. And then, oh, this is going to be actually really cool. So when the rocks move up, and that rock right there in the middle, I think when it goes past his eye, that's when it turns green. Let's actually see this shit, because that's going to be sick. Hold up. Let me zoom in here. Yeah! Okay, they did really good with that. They actually did a really fucking good job with that. I love that, dude. So you can see with his hair, it's kind of in like a Super Saiyan 2 pose or whatever. Or not pose, but like appearance. And then after that, it does another hard cut into Super Saiyan. And his mouth is actually fucking huge here. Look at this. Look at how big his mouth is. They did actually have to break, I don't want to say break, but they manipulated his jaw to be a little bit more outwards, and that's just for the appearance of it whenever... Again, wherever the camera is fixed and positioned is what you're seeing, so what you're not seeing is they have to, you know, fuck around with the model a bit, and it just goes to show, like, they were just like, all right, fuck it, we don't need to even mess with that side, we're gonna mess with this side right here. That's cool, man. I love that. I love that shit. So, there was a lot of effort that actually went into this transformation, and then whenever he moves down here, I mean, if we move the camera, his mouth gets fixed, and I mean, like, if you whenever it transitions into the actual like gameplay model, not a cutscene model, you'll see the difference in his face. Okay, look at his facial features. You see how his facial features grow, and everything just it looks like a different model for the most part, which I find kind of funny, right? So that's that. I'm curious to see this energy strike and the high speed strike. I want to see what's going on here. So this one right here, I think, is just like the basic one. You gotta get that more close range. Okay, so this is where he's doing that crazy, like, movement. So he jumps in the air. Jumps to the side. He does all this extra shit. This is like Piccolo aura farming. And then he goes for a kick. And he goes... Okay, so Broly's gone. And while he's doing the kick, he's going downwards while Broly's not even there. And then he moves up again for the camera. Very interesting. Now, the one that I'm most excited to see... I mean, there are two of them, obviously. He's got one more special. Is this high-speed strike. Because this shit actually has a transition into a completely different, like, dimension. So after he hits the opponent, he throws him to the side, it freezes, and then you have this crazy-ass transition that puts him in, like, a different realm, and it's kind of crazy. Look at this shit, dude. Oh, wow. Okay, so I don't know if you can notice this. This is from what I've, you know, at least analyzed whenever I've done and used this camera mod. If it's going this slow when I'm zooming in, that means this is a fucking huge void. They made a massive separate void just for this super, dude. And a lot of people are like, what? This is what impresses you is just like a basic effect. Like, dog. The reason why it's so impressive is because they had to make this whole ass fucking dome, like, tornado environment. And like I said, I'm zooming in here, okay? And the reason why it's going, this is why it's going a little bit faster, is because I'm doing the, I think it's like the POV. But yeah, this would take me like basically an eternity to get all the way to where Goku is. And obviously, I don't think Goku's model or even Broly's model will even be here anymore. I think it's pretty much like, I think that's them. It's supposed to be these like two little, I don't even know what the fuck these are, dude. But that just goes to show that they did a lot just to, like, you see this shit? I know it's, again, it's just like an effect here, but you see how they're flying? Look at that. That's crazy. That's really fucking cool. All right, so the big one, which I wanted to see mainly, obviously I wanted to see all this shit, is his Super Kamehameha. Because this has a lot of crazy shit. So let's get a play-by-play here. So if we zoom out, he does the Sheeta animation. They really did do a very good job with this. Now, here's the thing that's interesting, and I wanted to see. Whenever he's doing this Kamehameha, his face looks a little bit weird to me, just like in the normal animation, like no camera. So I'm curious to see, like, what's going on. Oh my shit, Goku. Bro. The mouth. Come on, man. You're getting some black voids in your mouth. So that's kind of crazy. That's just to make his mouth really big. Alright, so what's going on here? Okay, so now I can see this. What is that? That's not his nose. Okay, now that makes sense. See, this whole fucking time when I saw this animation, I thought this right here, this line, was his nose. But no, his nose is right there. You can see it. It sticks out. That's his nose. Oh my god. See, without this camera mod, I probably wouldn't have noticed that. And maybe you guys picked up on that, but that's why I thought his face looked weird. Because I thought they put, like, his nose... I thought they fucked with the model and broke it. They actually didn't. I think his face looks... Yeah, his face looks fine. It's just... I didn't know where his nose went because it glows so, like, much. So that's not his nose. So this is his nose right here. That right there that I thought was his nose is just the... like, crease where the, I guess, like, the mouth is or whatever. That makes sense. Okay. You can see his facial animations and his facial features, they shrunk there for a second. So then when he does this, and then he does the Kamehameha. So this is where it flashes, and it will transition. I'm just curious to see, like, because I know his hair is like, the hair has to spike up. So, like, you don't see his bangs at a certain point. I'm just curious what happens. Oh! Whoa! Dude, that's fucking Trunks' hair. That's Kid Trunks' Super Saiyan hair. That's what it looks like. Is that actually like the It is! I think that's actually his hair model. I could be wrong. But the fact that if you look at Kid Trunks' hair and just Super Saiyan Trunks in general, it's just like not bald here, but like it's like shaved on the back. I think I feel like, and I could be wrong, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this. It's actually smart to just reuse Trunks' hair model to get that spike. And obviously, I think they fixed it up more because the front of it shows his hairline. You know, they added some, you know, edges and jags and zigzags and shit going on there. That's cool as fuck, dude. I love that. They did a really good job with this. I will give them that in terms of the credit for that. That's cool. So, yeah, they did actually have to change up his hair model. Now, this is where I'm curious to see what the fuck is happening here. Because this is where it transitions into the Kamehameha. And look at the floor, dude. What the fuck is going on over there? All these just like jagged, it looks like ice crystals fucking forming around. This is going way too slow. I want to actually, okay, that's cool. I can actually see the full model without like it like glowing like crazy. So there's Goku there doing the Kamehameha, blasting it. You can see this. Yeah, they not made a new hair model, but it looks like they reused Trunks' hair model, Kid Trunks, and they kind of fix it up a little bit more. That's crazy. Seeing Goku with hair like this is actually wild. This is Super Saiyan 1.5 Goku right here. Not really, but I like that. I like that they did that with his hair. That's so fucking cool, dude. And look at that. It just hard cut transitions into his normal hair. That's pretty sick, dude. Okay, we'll save Ku for last. Let's see Vegeta, because he does have a skill, the Revive Bug, and that's what I wanted to see with both Ku and Vegeta is, did they make a model for the bug and for the chocolate that Ku eats? Let me actually see here. I feel like... Hold on, I'm gonna have to zoom in. Alright, let's zoom in here. Let's rotate the camera because I gotta see Vegeta do this shit, right? That's crazy, though. So far, this is actually a lot more exciting than I thought it was going to be, because I thought DLC 2, they weren't going to really have too much stuff. Okay, does it appear? I don't think it does. Which, I mean, that's fine. They don't need to make, like, a tiny little bug model. Like, that would be ridiculous if they actually did that. I would be surprised if they did that. Okay, so it seems like he doesn't. They don't actually give him that model. Which, again, understandable. I can see why. None of these moves that he has breaks the camera. So I think we're just going to have to go straight into our transformations here. I want to see his skill list again to see if there's anything. No, Gallic Gun and everything, that's all the same shit. Yeah, none of these will break. I know Super Saiyan 3 is definitely, I don't want to say breaking the camera, but there's a lot of shit that they did for it, right? So there's got to be something crazy that they do with Super Saiyan 3. And that's the thing. I have to go Super Saiyan 2 first before I go Super Saiyan 3. Does he have anything else here? Head-on impact, Big Bang? Yeah, nothing. Okay. So this is what I want to see. So check this out. So his Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3 transition, it makes his eyes glow like that because they put in a lot of fucking work. More work than I thought. This is... Like I said this before, this might be the longest animation in the entire fucking game. I could be wrong about this, but I don't recall anybody having... Everyone's transformations are fairly fast. Gohan Beast probably was, at the time, the longest one. But this one is insane, dude. Look at this. Look at this, dude. And I actually want to see his hair grow. Oh my god. Oh shit! Okay, so his head gets huge because they got to zoom into his head and make his head look bigger for the hair to grow. Oh man, that's crazy! Look at the hair grow! Yo! Okay, so what you're usually seeing is from the back here. They're showing the hair grow. Again, they put in the work for this. Not too many Dragon Ball games actually will do Super Saiyan 3 hair growth animation. So, again, this is one of the few games that, like, really fucking cook. Spike would... Honestly, this is where the budget went, and this might be why it took so long, because, like, that's a lot of fucking work to get that animated for the growth. That's so cool, dude. And obviously, hair growth animation in actual, like, cartoons or anime, like, for example, when they're growing the hair in Dragon Ball Z and, like, in Dragon Ball Daima, right? The hair growth on that is, like, even harder. That looks so fucking cool. Look at this hair, bro. He looks like Super Vegeta. Ultra Vegeta 1, right? That's Ultra Vegeta 1 right there. Not whatever the fuck he was saying. Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is not Ultra Vegeta 1. This is Ultra Vegeta 1. But yeah, this looks exactly like when Vegeta goes Super Vegeta back in the Cell Saga. That's gas. So it looks like it shrunk down, and then his face and his head actually shrinks, which is weird. That's crazy looking. And then it just transitions straight into Super Saiyan 3, which that's how it was in the anime. That's exactly how it was. Yeah, they cooked with that. And overall, his model looks very close to the actual, like, cutscene model of it. Not too bad at all. So, let me actually see here. One of these attacks. Okay, so that's a slash. This right here, I think that's just the kick. So I don't think there's going to be anything with that. Yeah, that's just him kicking. Yeah, nothing there. All right, Gallic Doom is where shit goes down. So it doesn't look like his face model breaks or anything. I think he's good on that. Yeah, he still looks pretty good. So he charges up the Gallic gun. Hair is incredible looking. Blast it. What's going on here? This is just a punch, right? Anything with the face? Doesn't look like it. His face looks fine. Your face doesn't look like shit yet. Because we'll see. Because the opponent covers whenever he grabs him. So, like, what's going on with him grabbing him? Because you don't see his face at all. Okay, so he's not actually... Obviously, he can't grab him, but they have to make the illusion that he's grabbing him. So, like, that right there, it looks like he's grabbing him from this perspective, right? Not really, but kind of. He is so tiny, dude. Yeah, his face, he just has, like, a stagnant, you know, very expressionless face. Then he grabs him, and then he drops him. I guess that's it. Whoa, 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 hold on, wait, what the fuck? Why did his eyes get so big? Look at this. So after he drops him, his eyes get huge. And you're only seeing the side of his face, okay? Whenever this happens. Wait, what happened? Bro turned into a fucking idiot. What happened to his eye? How do you... Why is his eye like that? Huh? So hold on. This is what you're seeing normally. I guess they had to do that to make it look like he looked away from the side. But they didn't move his other eye, which is fucking hilarious, dog. So he just has one cross-eyed, and the other one is just normal. I feel, isn't that like a thing that people can do? I can't do that, but I think that's possible for somebody to, like, move one of their eyes while keeping the... I don't know. I actually don't know. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious, dog. And then it just hard cuts to that. Okay. That was stupid looking, but that was actually, like, really, really fucking funny. Okay. Yeah, that's it for Vegeta. He has really nothing else. So yeah, not too much of the model breaking for any of these characters. I think it's just more of, like, things that they're doing to, you know, get a certain effect. But this is the ultimate test. This is what we need to know. Because when I saw this animation for him eating chocolate, I was like, does he actually pull out chocolate? Because you can't see it. You can't see it from the back. So this is the ultimate test. Let's see here. Oh! He actually has a chocolate bar, dog. They actually made, or not made, but I'm pretty sure that's just like a reused chocolate bar model for like Boo, right? But they actually gave it to him. Does he actually like munch on it? Yeah. He puts it in his mouth. And it glitches the fuck out. But he's eating a chocolate. I see you, Spike. They did good, man. They did good. Like, that's why I like doing this camera mod. Because I can show you guys, like, the effort that is being put into this stuff. Like, you're seeing things that you're not supposed to see. And it's interesting as fuck. This isn't like a way to be like, oh, they fucked with this or they made this look like shit or anything. No, if anything, these videos are done so that you guys can see how much work, extra shit that they're putting into it, okay? So, yeah, that's cool, man. I like that. I think they did really, really good with that. Other than that, I mean, there's not really much else. I think his Majin, like, corkscrew attack or whatever might be a little bit interesting. Because he does kind of, like, transition and make this, like, crazy tornado. Look at this. Yeah, and then he just, like, blasts into the opponent. Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That's actually pretty gas. Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing really else. Like I said, Glorio and Pansy, they don't have anything in their animation. Pansy, I guess we can check out her Kadan combination to actually see when... So Kadan, he just comes through here. And look at this. They made a whole model. Are his legs supposed to be that small? I don't know if his legs are supposed to be that small. I don't think they are. Maybe it's because he's crouched. Were his legs that tiny? I don't remember. So she just leaps onto... Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought she was like mini. Is she... Wait, she's not even sitting on him. Huh? Wait, is she really? Huh? She doesn't sit on him? Is it because of the model? What the fuck? Hold on. She deadass does not fucking... I gotta see this shit, dog. She actually does not sit on him. That is crazy. Why, though? I don't get it. One last time, and let me just see it without fucking with the camera. Let me see. Okay, so she's sitting on him here. What was going on over there? No, she does sit on him. But I think because I fucked with the camera, it fucked up the like perspective of it, and that's why it did that. That's crazy. I didn't think I could change the position of a character using this camera. That's really fucking weird. I don't know. I can't really explain it. Maybe you guys can. But for some reason, if you fuck with the camera, it'll make it look like she doesn't even sit on him, which is hilarious. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell, and hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Again, If you did enjoy this and you want to keep on seeing more stuff like this, 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours and I'll do more. Peace out.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.